Yo, 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 yo. Another day, another live stream. Yeah. Friday night, we're gonna do some art. I'll probably play some Okami, maybe. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. I had something I needed to take care of yesterday, so unfortunately I didn't stream. But we're back. And I wanted to try to study some more digital art for my series that I'm working on. Because I like to do it on stream because I think I have better ideas then. But, let's send out playing real quick. Check one thing. And then, yeah, we should be ready to go. My voice probably isn't going to be 100%. I think I'm starting to get allergies again, which is not fun. But I drank some tea, and maybe I'll have to get some more during the course of the stream, but we're going to make it work. I won't let that stop me from streaming, because I like doing that. And, yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's a Friday night. Doing some art and maybe games. Come say yo. Twitch. Copy. I was also starting to record my video, my next YouTube video actually. So that's what I've been up to the past couple days. Let me close it. Okay. And then I need to pull up YouTube chat. Because sometimes it doesn't always work. There should be another way that I can pull it up, but I'm not sure how to do that. YouTube. Okay. Wait. There you go. Okie dokie. Oh, hello, Gail. Just starting up here. I had to do a couple things to make sure Discord was working. But I believe it is, so we can just get started here. Got this. And this. And I'm so grateful for you to support my friend. I think sometimes he's hard on himself, but yeah, supporting him is awesome. So, I think we're ready to go. I can swap over now. Okay. Oops, I realized I didn't put my Clip Studio on here. Oopsie. Why does my screen look so cooked? Okay. Window capture. Should be this. There we go. I don't touch OBS for a couple days, and yeah, it looks a little scuffed, but we're back. And I gotta figure out what I want to listen to. Do I want to listen to more Persona music? Do I want to listen to something else? I low-key been jealous of everyone that's been playing the new Monster Hunter game, because, like, I knew if I tried to play it on my computer, it would probably, like, blow up or something. But for what I've seen, that game looks awesome, and I can't wait to play it, because I know I will eventually be able to. I need music that isn't gonna copyright me. Music, music, music. Let's listen to some Final Fantasy stuff. But, basically I've been working on my video and, like, watching other people play Monster Hunter, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. But it's nothing too particularly fancy. Never really is. I'm not sure what I wanted to draw. Do I want to work on my project, or do I want to draw some more fan art? I'm not sure. Ooh. I didn't really warm up my hand either. Which I really should do before I go on live. But will I? Probably not. I am excited to put out my next video, but it still needs work, and I haven't even done the voiceover yet because I wanted to stream. But, I think it'll be really good, and it's talking about something that I did want to talk about. And who knows, maybe I'll go into it more as I progress the stream. But it's a pretty important topic, sort of, when it comes to, like, media literacy. Because I can't stop talking about that topic enough, because, like, people just willfully misunderstand things. But for right now, we're just doing some warm-up sketches. And maybe we'll go back to coloring the drawing for the video. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I want to do that on stream, though. Because that might mess up my footage a little bit. So I might have to do that tomorrow. I'm thinking. What else? Really? Nothing else big has been going on. I do really want to play Monster Hunter, though. But, we'll have to wait until I can get a device that will run it properly. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to set up a traditional art stream for tomorrow or not. Because it's been a while since I tried, and I think when it comes to recording traditional arts, it's been fine, but whenever I try to stream it, everything blows up, which is, like, not fine. I don't know if it's just the lag of everything else going on that makes the capture not work properly, but I do actually have a webcam, so maybe tomorrow I'll try to figure out how to set that up. It's not the highest quality, but I think if I could get it to work for hand capture, then maybe I could do more traditional streams. We'll see, but I didn't feel like fooling around with that. I'd rather just stream right now, so I didn't do that tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. Have to get a bit creative. I forgot that there was another webcam that I had for that, so I think I need to try to hook it up. There's so many things I want to do for my channel, but it's gonna have to wait till I get affiliate, which I should actually be close. Let me check Twitch. I don't know how close I am. Affiliate. I heard that there was going to be another update for that, but I'm not really sure what it is or what that entails. Are you drawing a feels woman, wow, man type post? It's just a random post I saw. I wasn't really thinking too much about it. But hello, Teapot. Okay, my voice might be a little cooked this stream. I think my allergies are starting to come back. And yikes. Gonna be drinking tons of tea. But I still wanted to come live anyway. But I was talking about how I think I have another like webcam that I can use and see if I can make that into like a capture for my hands so we could do more painting streams. So I just have to figure out how to hook that up. But I did not feel like doing it now. So I might have a solution to my problem. If anything, I might just have to get another mount for it. But it should work. Not that this is a new thing, but your digital art has gotten very good. I can tell you're more comfortable with it now. But it's been like that for a few months. Really? I feel like I've been struggling with digital art lately. Well, not so much with the sketching part, that's fine, but the coloring still gives me a bit of a confusion. I feel like my digital coloring takes forever. Like, even something simple will take me like hours to do. But yeah, sketching seems to be pretty easy. Seems like you get a lot more done in a shorter time. I mean, I guess, yeah, compared to when I first started streaming digital art, I definitely don't take as much time. I just can't find a digital coloring style that sticks. Maybe I do a video where I just do a bunch of different digital coloring tutorials and see what one I like. That could be a fun video. I would do that one on stream. I haven't really done that many art challenges on stream. Like, Peacock, she had the challenge where she had, like, everyone draw on that shared canvas thing. And I thought that was pretty cool, but my community's not big enough to do that. I also was thinking about ways to get Discord more active, but I don't really know how realistic that's gonna be. I don't really know what to do about that. Because I wanted my streams and stuff to be like community focused, but my community's still like very small. And I definitely don't take all support for granted. Even where I am now, for like someone who hasn't been streaming that long, it's more farther than a lot of other people even get to. So I'm definitely not tripping. When you find out, tell me how you did it. I was thinking of maybe removing some of the channels in Discord, because I think if a Discord has like too many channels, it makes people not want to use it. Which I've seen that to be the case in some communities. Because, like, I don't think I need all those channels, but I have to go through and remove them. And actually remember to do it. Because, like, I think if we have a general chat and, like, an art chat, and, like, maybe a couple of voice calls, that's really all we need right now. Other than the mod stuff, which could be separate, of course. But I'll have to look into that. Back in when I used to post on Amino, and oh goodness, I'm probably telling my age by saying Amino, because I don't even think a lot of people even know what it was. I used to have like community art challenges all the time, and we just draw a bunch of different stuff. But having a community with that type of engagement is just kind of difficult, which I definitely don't want to feel like people should be forced to interact with and do stuff, but I don't know. Amino. What social media is like Amino? I don't want to say it's like TikTok. It's like Newgrounds, but for Zoomers. People would have like a bunch of different fandom related stuff, and I was in the art, Amino. And I actually got like quite a few followers on there, but that was like forever ago. But as such, the site got infested, and this was before the whole AI art thing, but yeah, that site was just kind of creepy, and I stopped posting on there. I just made an archive section that hides the channels I don't use, but leaves them just in case I want to ever bring them back. Actually, that's pretty smart. But yeah, I definitely think I have too many channels in my Discord. Even in bigger streamers' Discords, I notice that if they have a lot, then it's less active. Because, like, it should be like a place to chill, not like an encyclopedia. So which channel do I need to be in to talk about said topic? Because, like, that's not fun. Before I was a TikTok post artist, I was on Amino and Instagram and Tumblr. Trying to invite my community. I miss how active it used to be. We've taken quite a few new chatters, which is a start. Not gonna lie, it was mostly a huge friend group, so not much of a real following. Yeah. It's always a weird fine line, because like you want people to stick around for your stuff. And while it's nice to have friends, if they don't always stick around or if your interests don't always align, then that can be difficult. I wonder if they'll watch if I'm not playing Minecraft. Since I kind of propped myself up with like being an art channel and art YouTuber, VTuber, whatever, I do wonder if I hurt my own growth by doing that, because like no one really sticks around when I play games. My chat's the most active when I'm doing art. And it's probably also why I haven't played super long games in a while. I mean, I know it doesn't matter as much on Twitch because you can kind of do whatever you want, but YouTube's a bit different, obviously. I think talking about art in relation to video games and anime does seem to do well on my channel, so I just need to keep doing that, I think. My traditional art videos just don't really get that many views. But I like making them, so I'm gonna keep doing them. Um... Trying to think of other things that I could do that's somewhat art related. Like, I'll eventually need to get all those different, like, art softwares on my computer. And I'll probably do, like, a stream or, like, a video where I try them all. And, like, I give myself a week to, like, draw something completed on them. Because that could actually be fun, but it's gonna take a long time to edit, I think. I did a mention of optimizing reduced lag in Minecraft and it's better, but I still crash when traveling on boats or horses. Boats are the worst. I notice I lag the most when I'm on them. And like that's both with vanilla and modded Minecraft, so I have no idea why. I guess maybe it's just the water. I'm pretty sure I disabled like shaders in my world except for like a couple. But it's the legs show. I think it's because of how fast you're moving on the boat. I also crash when on a horse. I don't use horses very much in Minecraft. I can't remember a single playthrough where I ever really used a horse. So I wouldn't really know about that. I also noticed that it does lag more, especially if you're like on a rail cart. Which is sad because I kind of wanted to have my base be surrounded by a huge rail cart. So it's easier to get up and down because my house is sort of like off a cliff. And climbing up and down is kind of a pain. So I wanted a quicker way to get down. So I was thinking of making like my own rail system. Generally, boats move pretty fast and Minecraft is using the most resources when gathering new chunks. Yeah, I figure that's probably what it is. A couple DMs DM'd me saying that you were happy you gift him. W. Gale. Seeing you support my homies is very sweet. Trying not know how to draw an axe. Um, I did start messing around with like the create mod last night, but I didn't get very far. I made like a ton of aluminum casings, but I don't really know what to do with them. And I thought that the create mod got a new update or something in the past couple days. So I'm gonna have to upgrade my map and hope it doesn't mess anything up. But I don't know if they changed. Or I don't even know if the update went live yet. But I heard something about an update for it that either happened or it's going to happen very soon. YouTube tutorials are your friend. I was looking at them and I was still confused, to be honest. So let's look for the right version. For whenever a big like mod updates in my world, it sort of messes everything up, which I don't think is supposed to happen. I was too at first. I don't know if I want to play Minecraft, because I think last time on stream, not on stream, in general, I was in the Nether. And I think I got stuck. But I also started playing Craft again. Because I learned a couple of new things about that mod, because I was watching more videos about that. I'm again watching through other people's playthroughs if you feel like you want to dedicate that time to that so you can see all the potential. I saw someone make like a spaceship. Someone else made like another type of mount. I don't know what it's even called, but like he was zooming across his world pretty fast. I'm pretty sure there's a Create Mod subreddit and a Create Mod Discord, but I haven't joined those yet. And I probably should. Wish I knew how people got around so fast without crashing. I'd love to make like a airplane, but that would almost certainly crash my game. Tried to look it up, but nothing really applied to me. Honestly, I don't even need a reason to do it. I just want to do it because it's cool. But also, I really need to terraform my land. Because like I said, the map that I'm on is like pretty rocky. And I was in the middle of like making a garage for my base. So, yeah. I wanted to make a windmill so I could start automating some of my farming to make things easier. But I got a little stumped with that, and I sort of took a break from it. I couldn't find any slime blocks in my world for some reason. And I walked like very far in like both directions and I couldn't find any slime. Which I need so that I can start making certain blocks. But there might be another way to get it, or there might be a mod that's making them not appear for some reason. I wouldn't put it past a mod for stopping them from appearing. Pokemon J-E-I, jellyfish. I'm near an ocean, but I don't think it has jellyfish. I haven't seen any. Unless they're like deep. But again, how am I supposed to like get under there? There's gotta be another way to make it, but I have to look. And it's funny, in RL Craft there's like a ton of slimes. I don't really have any use for them over there. Terrace minimap shows you mob scenes, names on the map. Makes looking for mobs so much easier. escape dinos. They just want to be free. I'm obsessed with drawing this character now. Like, if my community ever really got that big, it would be fun to have, like, a Minecraft server. But, of course, any server that I ever joined, like, died. Because, like you said, everyone plays Minecraft for, like, 2 weeks. And then they don't touch it for 2 years. I don't know. I just want my community to be more interactive, but I'm not really sure how to do that. I guess it also includes, like, collabing with more people. But everyone has a different schedule, and I don't want to say I want to do something and then not be able to do it, because that also kind of sucks. Okay. She's just being cute and holding an axe in her hand for some reason. No reason, she's just completely innocent here. Check something real quick. I think that if I do keep streaming, I'll get affiliate very soon. It's just a matter of being consistent. Hand references, try to nail the hands exactly, good practice. Yeah, I need to do more studies, to be honest. Because I've kind of been slacking here a bit. It feels like if I don't practice one thing, I'll get rusty at it, and then I practice that, and then I get rusty at something else. But that's just being an artist, I guess. Because, like, by itself, I don't think hands are hard to draw. Google someone holding an axe. Yeah, I'm looking at a reference here. You just can't see it because I didn't put it on the canvas. Sometimes, though, hands still give me trouble. But it's okay. I think I need to move that hand up a little bit. Hands are hard to draw well, especially when I need to be expressive. Doable, though. Yeah, I agree. It can be a challenge sometimes, but, like, they're not the worst thing ever to draw. I still struggle with drawing feet. What's worse? I think drawing feet and shoes. I need to do more studies of that too. I don't think feet are easy. I don't know. I think feet are harder to draw than hands sometimes. I don't know why that is for me. You don't study shoes? I mean, how many pair you got? I got 4 Jordans and 15 pairs of shoes. I'm not a huge shoe person, just work shoes and like sandals. I do have a pair of like leather boots, but like it's Texas, so it's hot and I never wear them. It never gets cold enough long enough for me to justify wearing boots, so yeah. I do more studies like that in my sketchbook than I do digitally, which probably isn't good. Because like I have a ton of hand studies in my sketchbook. But I never really think that they're interesting enough to take a picture of. Take mom and go out and buy some shoes for F of it, something cute. My mom really doesn't like shoes. I think I got that from her actually. I don't know, I'm more of like an accessory earrings, rings type of person. And it's funny too, because like the swirly hair in this character is like based off an old OC that I used to have, and I started to draw her hair like that again. Um, I do like looking at fashion for characters. Accessory rings, occult, dangerous witch. They're onto me. Um, I also think it's like really cool. It's like when jackets have like a ton of like pins and enamel on them. Like I have like a denim jacket, well, vest sort of. But again, it's too hot in Texas most of the time to wear it. But it has like a ton of pins. Maybe I'll like take a picture and post it somewhere. And I need to get some more pens. I mean, I know it's probably kind of corny, but I don't care. I like accessories. I think they tell a lot about a person. Fancy jacket up top, a pair of flip-flops on the feet, classic. Yeah, I think jewelry is like really cool. I like different earrings and stuff like that. 60s mod dress. I get not wearing heels, but you don't have a pair of Vans. I think I had like a pair of Converse, but lo and behold, they don't fit my feet. So they're probably sitting in my closet. But I don't really like wearing sneakers a lot outside of work. There's a van and a car. They're like low top sneakers, although I think some are high tops. But I'm not really a huge sneaker person, and no one in my family is. We're more nerds than like fashion people. I think my grandma's more of the fashion person in our family. And even then, it's not as much. Yeah, they're like skater shoes. Actually, they are skater shoes. Honestly, a lot of like stuff that I'm drawing would be something that my grandmother would have worn in her heyday. So I guess it kind of fits. The dresses and stuff. Actually, that does not look right. Also, this music's kind of depressing. Let me change that. There we go. My shoe choice is Crocs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Crocs, I suppose. You down here with how humid it is, you need shoes that are like breathable. Because no one's trying to deal with sweaty feet. Yuck. I don't think Crocs are bad shoes. They're just overpriced. And speaking of my family, it's my uncle's birthday today, actually. Um, I thought we were gonna like do something, but he was busy. So, but like, yeah, my grandmother and my great grandmother were more fashion forward. Everyone else is just a bunch of nerds. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, because I'm also a nerd. Although my other relatives aren't, I guess my cousins, but that's a different side of the family. Sorta. I only like staying fashion because I think it looks cool, but I probably wouldn't wear 90% of the stuff that I would save to my Pinterest. Other than like the jewelry. Because I think a pair of snake earrings actually looks cool. But this is just my warm-up page. What else should I draw? Hmm. What do I want to draw? I'm not sure. For feet, I'd start with that Ariel meme where she sees flat feet for the first time. If you're easy to draw, you've seen elegance in her structure. Maybe I should draw some feet. That might get some views. I'm literally only half joking here because I know how people are about that. I don't know. Something about sometimes where the ankle's supposed to be sometimes confuses me. Like if I'm looking at a foot, I'm of the belief that nothing's really that hard to learn how to draw. You just haven't drawn it enough. And if someone comes in the stream, they'll probably wonder why I'm like drawing both my OCs and like feet. I swear it makes sense. It just be like that sometimes, I guess. Backgrounds are hard even for the pros. It's more that they are tedious. Yeah. I can't get mad at me for not knowing how to draw feet because I don't practice how to draw feet that often. So it's kind of on me for that. But as long as I have the time to learn, and it's cool. So I know it's hard for me to draw shoes sometimes. Key is also to simplify. You're not doing full art school rendering, you're doing manga art, simplify it. Yeah. I've probably said this before on stream, but apart from like random sporadic art courses, I'm 100% like self-taught. I never had formal art education. And when I say courses, it was mainly stuff on YouTube. But I did pay for like a couple, technically. And when I got free from like a program or something that I did. But yeah, I've not been to art school. Nor do I think you need to go to art school to be an artist either. Just like I don't think you need expensive supplies to be good at art either. Oops. If I'm looking at something, I think I can probably understand it. But like you said, I never really understood why people got so upset about folks using references. There's like nothing wrong with that. It's always one of those things that I never really understood about the art community. Like, it's not a bad thing to use references. All artists have done it at some point. And you aren't less of an artist for doing it. But I feel like it's one of those issues just people like to get mad at for no reason. I mean, you have the internet and can look up pretty much any reference picture that you want. It'd be foolish not to use it for that purpose. What's more of an issue is just tracing artwork that isn't yours and trying to pass it along as your own. I don't necessarily even think tracing artwork is bad, just don't say that you drew it yourself if you clearly traced after someone else. Like, that's pretty, that's my main stance on it. I don't really understand why it became such a big issue. But sometimes the art community just perplexes me, and that comes from someone who's been in the art community for a while and just watched art content creators and all that. It's just pointless drama a lot of the time. Yeah, it'll probably make sense, like, in the VOD. It probably won't make sense in the VOD if you see me. I started drawing characters, and then I started drawing a bunch of feet and legs. I think legs are pretty easy to draw. I actually think they're actually quite fun to draw. If I were to, like, draw something, I've already made some tips about this before, but, don't be so heavy-handed. That's definitely something to be mindful of. Actually, let's try to draw some shoes. So I'm gonna make another page here. Sneakers. I will say a pair of glow-in-the-dark sneakers do seem kind of cool, but apart from that, whatever, like, glow-in-the-dark sandals, that would be the typical Florida move there. Sneakers. Sneakers reference. I think my biggest issue with sneakers is that I try to go too detailed with them. That's probably why I'm struggling a little bit with that, like you said. I'm not simplifying them enough. Um, I do think heels and, like, boots are easier to draw, but that's not as many details, usually. Um, Although I went back and forth on whether I want my VTuber avatar to wear sneakers or boots. I think for this current outfit, I think sneakers would look better. In my last one, I probably would have said boot. So I guess I do need to learn how to draw shoes. Or at least practice a little bit more than I have been. I guess the thing with art is like, of course, sometimes you do need to practice, but like trying to find a balance between practicing and like working on the things that you actually want to work on can be difficult, especially if like you're like me and you have like a limited time to do everything. Then it can get a little, oh boy, I'm never gonna get ahead moment. And just finding the balance, I guess. But I think like even just doing streams where I draw for like a couple hours is helping me at least stay somewhat um active and like keeping me from like I guess losing some of my art skills, I guess. Um but like anything, art's like an exercise, and if you work out, of course you're gonna get stronger, and if you keep drawing, of course you're gonna improve. But figuring out what is important to study is definitely a lot, because there's like a lot to study. But you also don't want to study all the time, because then you'll get burnt out. And like it's almost like a self-defeating circle sometimes. Um, yeah, I've never been that much of a shoe person, that's for sure. Unless I thought that they would look cool for my original characters. Um, of course, it also hurts to find references that aren't AI, because, like, if the AI doesn't know how to make a shoe, then, like, how can you use it to learn how to draw shoes? That seems pretty straightforward. Um, I kind of want to draw my model again. Maybe I'll do that in a little bit. Because I was looking at my fashion board on Pinterest to see different shoes to draw that I saved. But if you want to see what might in my Pinterest board, It's in my socials, exclamation mark socials, if you want to check that out. And my Blue Sky and other things are on there as well if you want to follow me there. I need to remove my Twitter from my starting soon screen, so I'm probably gonna have to remake it. But I keep forgetting to do it, so, yeah. But I don't regret getting off of Twitter because I don't think there's any, like, benefit in being in that platform anymore for promoting my artwork or my streams. Because I don't really want to spend time yelling at idiots. Taking pictures of this bitch is killing me. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a little goofy. Oh no, I clicked on the link, so now a bunch of AI stuff's gonna go on my feed again. Oh no. Bad silly, not cute or cool silly. Yeah, Pinterest feed is like pretty finicky. I really just wish they would give a filter for all that AI stuff, because if I don't want to see it, it's clogging up all my search results. And I wasn't even looking for AI. You need to add a filter. I didn't know you could get the AI stuff off your feed. Well, I just say I click on the image and say not interested. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But even then, still, sometimes it pops up on my feed, which I hate. Because, like, you could be looking for something specific, and then you get a bunch of, like, AI results. Which they would know, because I used the platform for, like, over 10 years at this point. And I don't have that stuff saved, but they still try to suggest it to me anyways. They need to add a filter, but they probably won't. Unfortunately. Or else they need to tell people that, hey, this content's AI, but they're also probably not going to do that either. And it's just felt more annoying to use because of that AI. And there's no easy way to filter it out. But I really don't want to gap too much about AI, so, yeah. I already do that play on my channel. I think I want to draw my character now. So I just need a pose. Okay. Um, I know as an artist, I do tend to get carried away on details, and obviously that's also part of the reason why things feel like they take a long time, because that's definitely why, in some cases. So simplifying things can be a bit difficult, but I know it's necessary, so I'm still trying to figure that part out. Okay. Um, I feel like this isn't less noticeable in like traditional art, but in digital, I do struggle with that even more. I don't know if I like this pose. I might have to redo it. Um, I had another one pulled up. Can I find it? Okay, there it is. I think once I get post-its down more confidently, and also probably I'm struggling a little bit more because I am tired. But I think if I control my characters consistently, I think that'll help. I just have to come up with a design and actually stick with it, which for me can be difficult because I have like a million different ideas in my head. But that's just how I roll, I guess. And the more I try to fight it, sometimes that's the opposite. No. I do feel like I make progress every time I study, even if it's not the most obvious. Just going back and looking through my plots is proof of that. I definitely don't think I'm as much of a perfectionist as I used to be. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten much of anything done. I used to be pretty bad about that. I have my moments, but not as much as when I was younger. Which is nice to get away from. Because I do think I enjoy the process more for what it is now. Especially since, like, making videos. Because obviously not everything's still gonna turn out the way it should, but as long as you learn something, it's fine. Like, other than my little burnout phase, I'd say that my mental has been pretty good. There's still some days that's tough, but overall, I'm much happier than I definitely was like 2 to 3 years ago. I'm still a work in progress, though. And I'm getting to do what I like. And there's a potential that I could actually make money off of it at some point, so that's even nicer. I just wish I had more time to stream and like do stuff. Strong. What's that supposed to be for? Also, I should probably drink some tea, but I'm hot. And I don't really want to drink any more hot tea. So I might have to get some more water in a little bit. I didn't make any iced tea. Sag. I just got being back from AFK, so I didn't get the full context. Oh, I was just talking about my mental and how I used to be like a super perfectionist when I was younger. And then ever since I started streaming and making videos, I haven't really felt that much. Other than like my little burnt out phase. But for me, burnout usually doesn't last too long. I was just saying that I'm happier now than I ever really was. Definitely more than I have been in the past couple years. That's pretty much all I said. I was thinking about having the girl, the ghost princess, possibly having a steampunk fantasy setting similar to Korra. Grass is 4-year-old that I want to go for. I just heard the money part. Oh, I was saying that I had the opportunity to do what I like and potentially make money if I get monetized. Out of everything, I just wish like I said, I could have more time to stream. But seeing how I still do my own editing and voiceovers for videos, it takes away time from streams. I think course setting is pretty cool, but I'm worried the new series is gonna cook it. Well, I'm so worried about the new season, or series rather. I think it's gonna be bad. And I usually don't get that way about series because I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't be so nostalgia baited that you can't see something good just because it's different, but I really hope that they aren't just doing this for a cash grab, because if so, there's gonna be a lot of angry fans, and there's already a lot of angry fans with what they announced. Like, obviously Korra had its flaws, but I really don't think it was that bad of a story. And I just hope they don't retcon anything that she does, otherwise then what's the point? I just wish Avatar was not tied to Nickelodeon, because their decisions aren't exactly the smartest. And I have a feeling they probably made the newer protagonist a kid for that reason, because I guess Korra was like too dark. Which probably also hurt the series, because it was way more mature than even the first series in some cases. Chat, we might be cooked here. I haven't seen any of the new announcement. I heard some of the leaks. Well, I don't think it's a leak if it's officially announced, but they pretty much said that Korra, when she made that new spirit pearl, she pretty much messed up the world. That's pretty much the gist of it. And now everyone, well, not everyone, a lot of people are mad about Korra's character and saying that she was bad for what she did and that she pretty much destroyed the world. Even though that's not the intention. Pretty much if she behaved like a perfect, she would be called Mary Sue, but because she didn't, she's like automatically the most horrible character to ever exist, pretty much. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, because I don't really see a scenario where they don't have to retcon the story to fix it. Because then that would go away versus everything else we taught about the Avatar state and everything related to being the Avatar. And apparently the next Avatar is supposed to be a twin. Yeah. I'm not really sure how they're gonna do that. Maybe they could do it like they did for Blue Exorcist, where they're both technically sons of Satan, but only one of them has extra powers, or something like that. There were several things leaked, and the announcements was in response to that. I do remember that the character designs were leaked, and people thought they looked a little goofy. Versus what we've seen previous avatars look like. And it sounds actually awesome. Actually, it could be an interesting dynamic between the twin siblings. Surely I won't get in trouble if I try to show some stuff that I saw. Avatar. But like the protagonist is supposed to be like a little kid. Versus like Korra. Or even Aang. But I don't know if this is like a leak or not. or if it's just fandom. But this is pretty much what they look like. Let me switch over. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the window capture to work. It's pretty much what, oops. Minute binge. It's pretty much what they look like. And I think the little girl is supposed to be the avatar here. Obviously, she's the Earth bender. But yeah, apparently this new series, which I don't know if this is leak or not, so take it with a grain of salt. It's gonna be 2 seasons, 26 episodes over 2 seasons. Earthbending twins. After a world-shattering disaster, she finds out that she's the new avatar, pretty much. And this is the design. And everyone's pretty much mad because they think that Korra pretty much blew up the world. I'm really curious to see where they go with that story. But that's pretty much what happens. Wait, are they twins? Well, those two aren't twins, but those are the main characters. Obviously, they're not the twins, but probably aiming for a younger viewer base since the protagonist's age is usually a hint towards the main target audience. But these are leaks, and obviously not everything is finalized, but we can guess that those characters are probably what's gonna be in the new series. Which, I don't know. I feel like gearing towards younger kids for this fandom kind of doesn't make sense, because, like, most of the Avatar fans are, like, grown-ups now. Which makes sense, because of how Korra was, because, like, by the time that Korra came out, a lot of the Avatar fans were in their teens or 20s. And that's what she was for most of the series. I just hope they don't cook this, because, like, 2 seasons already doesn't seem like enough to explain how everything happened over Korra and Aang's, like, I guess, series. Because they both had, like, multiple series and, like, plenty of episodes to explain that. Not to mention, like, comic books and novels and stuff. Just make a good show and people will like it. It's for the children of the original fans because we're old now. I guess. Kids can enjoy shows with an older protagonist, adults can enjoy shows with younger ones. I thought the next Avatar series would probably be around our present time, but I guess the design's probably going to be a bit more futuristic, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not. But I guess we'll find out, because I'm sure there's probably going to be more leaks now that the news came out. I do wonder if the Airbender kid is, like, related to Jinora or the Airbender kids, or it's just some random Airbender. And I still wonder if, like, any of the original Korra cast is still alive. But I'm guessing we'll probably get answers to that. Pixar is also for kids, but it's good for most ages. I definitely don't have an issue with, like, children protagonists, because, like, I like Hunter x Hunter. Although, calling Gon a protagonist is, like, really a stretch these days, because he's a little menace now. Or I guess he really always was a menace. But, like, I hope they don't dumb down the story too much. I think Nick was scared of Korra because of how dark the themes got. And they had the whole fiasco of having to change the time that it aired, which hurt viewership, and yeah, Korra almost didn't get an ending for that series. Did y'all see the Shrek 5 cast announcement? Oh yeah, I saw Shrek 5. That stuff looks like AI. I don't know if it is or not, but sometimes you just need to know when to let a series end. Protagonist doesn't always mean good person, it's just whoever the story follows. Um, let's change this music. I have quite a lot of thoughts about the series, but who knows, maybe I'll make a video about that. I don't think a series is bad because it has an ending, though. I think knowing when to end a series is like almost important as knowing where to start a series. Because like there's a lot of series that are just going on way too long. And it's clear that the author or whoever involved doesn't know what to do. If Hisoka was the main character, you'd still call him a protagonist, though he's not a good guy. Well, I mean, I guess Hunter x Hunter's just a proof that maybe you shouldn't give like 10-year-olds like superpowers, because they'll probably do something stupid more times than not. Um, I don't know. I mean, Legend of Korra had plenty of flaws, and Nick didn't help fix those problems, but like, I still enjoyed it for what it was, and the older that I get, the more I relate to Korra and her struggles. I just hope that Nick doesn't go the other way and be too babyish about the message, because then it takes away about what makes Avatar great. Because, like, it didn't talk down to its audience. Pretty much. It didn't spoon feed them all the information, so that you kind of had to figure out yourself. Show instead of tell. So I hope that doesn't change. I want the new series to be good. But knowing how Nick behaves and how they treated Korra, I'm not very hopeful about that. I think Avatar would be better if it was not on Nick, or if they just focused on like a novel slash comic format, because I think they can get away with more stuff there. But that's just my opinion. I just want another Avatar game that isn't awful. Or at least a PC port of the old Avatar games, because I would totally play them on stream. But I don't think they're like even playable on any modern console. I was also reading something that the protagonist was supposed to look more like a Asabi, because like that's kind of what happens. But the girl doesn't really look like her, other than having like greenish eyes. But who knows? I think that is the official design, and it was leaked. But yeah, that doesn't mean that designs can't change. I mean, I don't hate the design. I think it's interesting. I just wonder what they're gonna do with this character. And if they had to retcon something just to make her make sense, then that's also probably not good. Because that's what happened in Chorus, sort of. Also, I need a reference of my model so I can draw her. Characters. I feel like if old school, like Cartoon Network, were to have Avatar, I think it would probably be in a better state fandom wise. I think Nick was almost sometimes too babyish, which I'm glad that show like Avatar even succeeded on there. But obviously, you don't want something berserk level for like little kids, but like to make it seem like kids can't understand darker themes isn't fair either. Finding a balance is important in anything. If anything, I enjoy Avatar more than I enjoy a lot of stuff that's geared towards adults, because sometimes I think adult media is just way too edgy and vulgar, and like Avatar's like a nice balance sometimes, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Like, I don't mind adult humor and gore, I like horror, I like berserk and stuff like that, but like sometimes having the limitations of it making it kid friendly can actually be a good thing for a story, because like if you have to rely on gore and adult tropes to tell a good story, then maybe your writing's just not that good. But that's just my opinion. As far as Castlevania was, it was a little too edgy. The anime. I don't disagree. Maybe that's also why I like One Piece, because I think One Piece is also sort of like that. Like, obviously, it has its serious moments, but like, it doesn't take itself too seriously most of the time. And you can't really do that in a world where a guy literally can stretch his body and wants to become a pirate king. It probably wouldn't make sense for it to be super edgy all the time. One Piece isn't specifically for kids, although it is, I guess, targeted towards younger boys, but like, I don't know. It's not like super edgy, in my opinion. It's just goofy in some cases, but it can take itself seriously. And when it does, it's just absolute cinema. I think Hunter x Hunter is also sort of like that, a little bit more extreme. I think Naruto was a bit too edgy for my liking. I mean, I've watched Naruto, I've read the ending, but I was never a huge fan. And I'm thinking of picking up Bleach again, too, to be honest, because I like the art style. Yeah, just were like 12-year-olds who discovered the words for the first time. Gotta be real, other than like the main cast, I didn't really care too much about the other characters in Castlevania. Of course, Alucard, my beloved. But if stories have to rely on that, then yeah, it does get old. I can admit that. I think another, well, series that did deal with, like, darker topics in a way that's not too bad is Kingdom Hearts, believe it or not. Although Nomura sort of botched the story and we'll probably never get Kingdom Hearts 4, but I think you would enjoy it, Teapot. I think you would like the Kingdom Hearts. I really liked Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it's my favorite one of the bunch. Or this is the one that I played the most, and I remember the most about. The only few characters that were actually good, but showed them less and less as it went on. I wonder if the games are like that. I guess they probably are, since it is based off the games. This may be a hot take, but I also feel that way about DMC, Devil May Cry. I know that the DMC is supposed to get an anime soon, and I don't know if it even came out yet or not, but I think it's gonna have the same problem. I mean, the memes are funny, but like, that's something that takes itself a little too seriously. But that's my opinion. I haven't played DMC 5, but I think I read the manga like a few times. And I got that impression. Trying to think of other things that fit that type of thing that I was talking about. I said One Piece and Kingdom Hearts, sort of. I think FF10 does it well, because, like, it's not overly edgy. Like, I think the characters curse, like, a couple times, but that's it. But, like, it's still, a bright world. It's not too dark, even with everything going on, and I don't want to spoil anything, of course, because you haven't finished it yet. But it has that type of charm that I like. And for that reason, it's why I'm a big fan of FF10. Because I think FF16 is too edgy to the point where I don't even want to play it. Because it's trying too hard to be like Game of Thrones, and all the characters suffer because of it. I'll say it. I prefer Final Fantasy when it was a turn-based game. I don't really want to play another Souls-like or action game, because then I would play that. So I probably will skip FF16 if I'm being honest. Although I might play 7 Rebirth, because I have the first part. I'll probably get the second part whenever it goes on sale. But FF16, I have no desire to play it. And other than the music, it almost doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game. I'm gonna say it. I don't care what people think. Because it doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game. Because, like, even then, Final Fantasy games don't really swear that much. I guess 7, but even then, they sort of bleeped out the swear words, which made it funny. But, like, when they say it a billion times in FF16, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to play that game. I just want more turn-based games, man. I mean, it's Persona 6 coming out, and I still need to play Metaphor 2. If everything's, like, super serious and super, like, dark, then it's just annoying. And there's already plenty of pessimistic people in the world, which I think that sort of makes it worse. Like, if I were to make my own series, like I said, it's gonna have some serious moments, but again, it's probably gonna be mainly goofy. Because, like, what, of course, goofiness happens when two girls talk about horror stories. Because, like, what else is supposed to happen? But I also don't think that younger audience can't understand darker themes either. It's just a balance, I think. But I could talk about this topic a million times over, and maybe I'll make it into a video. I have so many video ideas, just not enough time to work on them. I think being able to like something and understand what its flaws is just better than enjoying something. Cause like I like Korra, it had its flaws, but like it doesn't deserve to be like shred to pieces like that. Part of the problems with the story weren't even because of the story itself. It's just it didn't get enough time to flesh itself out. I think that's the major issue with Korra. And then the funding decisions and the airing decisions didn't help that either. And I don't want that to happen for the newer series either. Novel Boss has to be one of the most try-hard shows I ever seen. It's the shows that are way too edgy. Mako was the other issue. Yeah, I'm not really sure the purpose of Mako, because, like, even the writers figured that, hey, maybe this was a bad idea. But in a funny way, I'm kind of glad that the MC is like a little kid, so hopefully we won't have to deal with too much romantic stuff. I'm guessing, well, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know anything about the story. Will she always be a little kid? Or will the story show her growing up? Is the question. Like Sophia first, and I love Apple, they don't do stupid romance shit. I just want an ace protagonist for once in my life. Ace people don't get any representation at all. Even more arrow people. But not everyone's into that stuff. But I guess saying that is just gonna make you DEI or whatever. I'm not someone who has to have, like, representation, but it would be nice to know that we still kind of exist. Sometimes. One of my very few complaints of Atla was the romance stuff. But, like, it still seemed a bit better than it was in Korra. Although some moments, were kind of weird. I do think Sokka and Suki were cute. We just didn't get enough of them. Although well, come to think of it, I don't think they have a moment in the comics. Not like that. I think there was like a couple scenes. But I'm not even sure that they stayed together in the modern series. Or at least in the continuation when they were adults. Mostly Korra and Aang was yikes, super forced. I didn't think Aang was bad. It wasn't the best, but like I don't think it was forced. But again, there's still like 12. So like, I don't know. I think Tara and Aang were fine. But Korra, yikes. Girlie, the world is ending. Can you stop being mad about your boyfriend? Yeah, I don't have a problem with Katara and Aang, actually. I think they're fine. I definitely am not a fan for romance sake, but that didn't really seem to be the case. Those two were pretty close, so it kind of makes sense. I enjoy them as friends, but I feel like there was nothing between them romantically. Well, again, I can't imagine many romantic relationships like being able to grow and be super strong within a year. Because, like, that was the main frame of the original show. But I don't think, well, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is a leak or a fandom nonsense, but I'm pretty sure Katara and Zuko were supposed to end up together. But obviously that was scrapped. And something about Azula being married by the end, but obviously that was also scrapped. But I don't know if that's true or not, or just people wish casting. It's only really weird because they have an amazing dynamic and everything. I think they're good characters, but the romance part didn't feel right. And I would just argue that it probably wasn't enough time. But I didn't think it was any more rushed than Korra. And his face is weird, man. Um, I just want a story that doesn't focus on romance, but realistically, that's probably not gonna happen. One Piece isn't like that though. Like there's some silly moments, but like Luffy doesn't care about that. Make of that what you will, but he's not the romantic type. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about One Piece at least once during the stream. It's low-key kind of how I felt about Cowboy Bebop. You're supposed to care about Julia, but like we only really see her like half an episode, and then she dies. So like, who cares? Of course, if you've seen the show, then you likely know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you probably have. You're like, what the hell am you talking about? But it makes sense, I swear. And while we're on the topic of Ace characters, I think Lynn was probably Ace herself. Since we can't get any representation, I'm gonna take it everywhere I see it. So, Lynn is for the Ace community, and that is final. Queen behavior there. I suppose Lightning from Final Fantasy could also be Arrow Ace. Like, she isn't mentioned in any regard as far as being in a romantic relationship, so I'm gonna canon her as Ace as well. I would also say the same about Luffy, because he doesn't think like that. He's only interested in being the Pirate King and being with his friends, which is also pretty based, too. If I ever make anything, that they're gonna have at least one Ace character. Or I might just remove romance completely to smite people. I'm kidding. But it definitely wouldn't be a focus on anything that I write, that's for sure. Because sometimes I just don't think the story needs it. Um, I'm kind of thirsty and I need more water, so I think I might grab some water. It's funny you're talking about this because I woke up randomly at 3 a.m. and wrote down a long rant about forced romance in shows. Oh, I hate it so much. But yeah, I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna get some water. Um, A, F, K. I really need to make an AFK screen. Water. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You should definitely want to stay hydrated while you stream, because, I definitely yap a lot. And I don't want to lose my voice, so I need to drink a ton of water. Um, and I probably should have drank tea, but, like, it's hot, and I don't really want to drink hot tea right now. So, what was I talking about? Oh, you were talking about the forced romance thing. I mean, I know why shows do it. It's to get a certain, like, demographic, and it does, and drive engagement and fan art and, like, fan edits and stuff. So I get why people do it, but, like, I feel like for something, again, and I hate to bring up One Piece again, but Oda, my king, nobody cares who Luffy's gonna end up with. We only care about finding out what the One Piece is and if Luffy's gonna be the Pirate King. That's it. No romance required. And it's obvious, like, when an author who doesn't know how to write romance tries to write romance, because, like, yikes. This is more apparent in, like, anime. Although I know this thing in, like, other Western, like, shows too. Like, you talked about Avatar. Um, I forgot what I was talking about. I was ranting about One Piece again, which sounds about right. Um, I don't know. I guess romance. Yeah, I don't know. Loki, I know I'm different in that regard, but like, I really don't care about it. And it's fine that other people do, but like, even they can realize when this romance isn't right or doesn't fit certain characters. But like, that's just me. I don't know. And it doesn't mean that I also can't enjoy romance in some cases either. It just doesn't need to be everywhere. That's it. Um, I forgot what else I was gonna say about that, but I guess this pretty much covers the basics. If I think about it, maybe I'll make a video about it. I'm low-key starting to get a headache, but I don't want to end stream. This always happens when I do digital art on stream. Um, so I guess we can talk about the game plans for like the next couple streams, because if I can get my like hand cam working, then maybe I'll do some painting tomorrow. Or at least that's the hope. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Weird Girl is such a cool design. Ooh. I like her little goggles. It's very whimsical. Um, can I look for Spring Punk Princess inspiration? I could probably like FF12, but I also don't want to spoil it because I know you'll probably play it at some point. But it has a lot of steampunk in reference, so maybe check that out. At least the art style, anyways. Art style reminds me of Dr. Seuss for some reason. I could see it. I haven't actually been on car in a while. I can admit that. Although I probably should try to post there. I say that and I probably will forget. Remembering to post on different websites can be a bit paprika. If you're like me, like I like the process of making art, but sometimes posting it is difficult for me to remember, which isn't a really excuse. Especially if I want people to see what I do. FF12. Yeah. Princess Ash, she's sort of a steampunk princess, although her outfit doesn't really always show that. I wonder if I could show some art here of that. I don't know if that's a spoiler. It could be. But she has some cool art, too. I think this was a concept art of her that they did not use for some reason. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Oops, not quite a steampunk. But like, this is her regular design. Whenever I get lost, I just look at Final Fantasy art. That's pretty much it. Final Fantasy Tactics might also be a good spot to look for art because it has that sort of whimsy look that you like. And it also has some elements of steampunk. I'm pretty sure this is from Tactics. I know this one is. Does Tactics even have a PC port? Because I always wanted to play that one. Because it's more strategy themed. But, I guess FF13-3 is also sort of steampunk, but that's kind of more, less whimsical and more gothic. Switch over. If it's for inspo, I don't mind spoilers. Kind of gothic. Yeah, I like FF12. I thought it was fun. It's not the most popular, like, title. Even in the Final Fantasy 1 area. Apparently, if you're not like Final Fantasy 7, no one cares. Even though I think FF7 is not the best story. But I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say anything else. I do think 7 is kind of overrated. But I get it's probably a lot of people's first Final Fantasy, so I know they probably think it's the best. In some ways it's good, but like, I don't think it's the best out of all of them. I also think you would like FF9. Because I know it has more of that fairy tale vibes that you like. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. But I don't want to end stream. I think I am kind of tired of drawing tonight. But I don't know what else to do. It's too late to start Okami. But I don't want to go flying just yet. Trying to meditate with JRPG, not that that's bad. FF9, I don't know if that's too JRPG or not, but it does have more of a fantasy aspect of it. I do think art-wise, I think the best Final Fantasies might be 13 or 15. 17, I'm sorry, 17. FF7 does have good art, but again, I don't think it's the best for the series. And low-key, I think FF16 looks generic. to insert fantasy setting, but not in a way that looks cool. Hmm. Quiet in here. I'm kind of tired. Not gonna lie. I did try to draw my character again, but they're just chilling right now. I think maybe tomorrow, if I don't get my hand cam, we'll probably just play Okami or something, because I do want to play it. And it's been hard to fight the temptation to play off stream, but yeah, I'm kind of out. Although I feel like we were talking quite a bit about Korra and romance and stuff and shows, but the problem with doing art late is that I know I'm not concentrating as much as I probably should. I'm still learning, but just a little eepy. I'm done with games until Ghost of Yotei or Subnautica 2. Not gonna lie, I was kind of burnt out on games for a little bit. Although I started playing Okami again, and that was fun. Of course, I'm getting GTA 6. I still haven't played GTA 5 yet. I don't know if I want to play GTA 6. Part of me thinks that it's probably gonna flop. But part of me also thinks it could be good. If they go the EA route route of having everything behind DLCs, then the game's gonna fail. Well, not DLCs, I guess microtransactions. But although it remains to be seen because we hardly seen anything about the game ever since the trailer. And surely it wouldn't get delayed again. Clueless. I feel like GTA 5 is kind of a flop for some cases. I mean, I feel like the launch for GTA 5 wasn't the greatest. I also think that, I mean, the story itself was fine, but, like, I feel like some ways that they handled it was not great. GTA 5 is the highest grossing game media property of all time. I think the thing is that everyone has expectations about the game, and if it doesn't live up to that, then people are gonna be pretty disappointed. Because I thought the same thing happened for, like, Cyberpunk, and the game state is fine now, but it took a long time to get there. GTA has made 8.5 billion. But just because a game makes money doesn't necessarily mean that it's good either. I don't know if I always agree with that argument in terms of games. Because, like, I'm gonna be real, a lot of games were sleeper last year, except for, like, P3 and, like, Nine Souls, but neither of those games made a ton of money compared to larger games like League. Because we could say that League and Riot makes a ton of money, but their games kind of suck. And it comes from Sony who used to play League for, like, 3 years. So money doesn't always make it game good. I do want to play Red Dead Redemption, though. I have GTA 5, but I never got around to playing it. I really want to play in a new Monster Hunter game, but it's gonna blow up my computer 100%. But I've been more into independent games. Like Nine Souls, it's fun. I want to play Hades too. Um, Rockstar games are in another level. Well, people said the same thing about Riot. And they're gonna be real, a lot of the money that they make are from skins and other, like, cosmetics. People could say the same thing too, because, like, for a particular streamer that I mod for, because they're in the gacha space, and obviously gacha games make a lot of money, but the gameplay itself is just kind of not all that good. And they continue to make, like, predatory things, for players. No gaming company compares to Rockstar. I'm not sure. I'll probably end up trying GTA 6 at some point because, like, Florida and Miami and, like, I sort of grew up in that, so I know a lot about it, but AAA games just haven't had as much appeal to me, except for, like, Persona or Monster Hunter, which just came out, and Metaphor 2. There's not really any other AAA game that I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if you can call Okami sequel AAA. Because, like, I think if you grew up with that, then, like, you understand the hype because it's been forever since we got, like, an updated version or another version of Okami compared to other Capcom games. Or Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably my best gaming experience. They know what they're doing. Here's your name, you're nowhere near as popular as GTA. I didn't get that. I just think the idea that something's popular means that it's good is something I don't agree with for games. But I guess it also applies to, like, anime and manga and stuff like that. I'm not saying that GTA 5 is a bad game, but to say money is what makes a game good, I don't agree with that take either. And I wouldn't say that because I said Riot, and, like, there's a gang of League players. But they're banned from the mud. I mean, it's not that I don't know that. I know that Rockstar didn't start as big as other gaming companies, but I hope they do stay to the roots and don't become like other gaming companies, if that makes sense. Um, yeah. I think the bigger problem with GTA 6 is that if it's gonna live up to people's expectations, because they've been waiting forever for the game. And it's coming from someone who played GTA 4, and I thought it was fun at the time. I was probably a little too young to be playing it, but whatever. They got popular the hard way by making good games. EA made good games, but then they got greedy. Square Enix did too, as well. Rockstar takes forever to make good games, always. Look, as a Kingdom Hearts fan too, I know it can be forever for folks to make good games. EA never made good games. I thought The Sims were fun. Although now the microtransactions make me never want to play a Sims game ever again. If a franchise dies after 10, I don't agree with that either. I think it's after 13. 15 was good, but when they had to scrap the whole story, that's kind of where things went south. But I think 13 is good. I think 12 is good. I even think FF14 is good. I just don't have the time to put into that game. I don't think I agree with that either. And just because a company has had a good past doesn't mean that they don't screw things up all the time. Like, I've been waiting for like the next Kingdom Heart game for like 10 years. It's probably not gonna come. Just like Silksong. It's probably never gonna happen at this rate. When they changed it, they ruined it. Yeah, I do agree with that, but story-wise, nobody understands what Kingdom Hearts is about. I think it's definitely one of those fandoms that if you were into, you kind of know what's going on. But if you're not, then it's not going to make much sense. It's one of those things, definitely, if you grew up with it. But I think 13 is a good game. I think it's better than people give it credit for. 14 is too, but most people don't have time to play an MMO. So obviously it's going to be limited by its success for that reason. FF12 was also pretty funny. It was still somewhat turn-based, and if they were going to make another turn-based game, I would rather it be like that than like just action. Because if I wanted to play an action game, then I would play an action title. I definitely don't agree with FF16 trying to be like Game of Thrones. But I just talked about that. I think for so few exceptions, for a few exceptions, I think mostly like I have no interest in AAA games. I think Capcom always does pretty good. I think Atlas does a pretty good job. Their games take forever to develop, but when they're out, they're actually pretty good. Although I do think that they're trying to milk P5 way too much instead of moving on with the franchise, because I think the same thing's happening with Final Fantasy, because everyone's obsessed with Final Fantasy 7. But like, there's so many other worlds and stories to tell. It shouldn't just be focused on FF7. But that's just my take. We don't need to see Cloud and Sephiroth fight for a billion times. And I don't even think Sephiroth's the best FF villain either. But that's just my opinion. Last of Us was good, even if I hate Part 2 story. I never played Last of Us, but I really want to. Hello. We're just yapping about video games. I think YouTubers get views by hating AAA games, and that it affects perception. Well, I mean, it's obvious that the gaming industry has a lot of problems. Them being greedy definitely helps, but there's a lot of other reasons not to like the gaming industry. Because it's very predatory. Even as someone who would want to get into that. I think once gaming became more mainstream and all the loot boxes stuff started, I think that's probably spelling trouble. But that's just my opinion. And it's like what me and Teapot are talking about, either a lot of games have the issue of appearing to be too edgy or taking itself too seriously. That makes it not fun either. Witcher 3 is great. New game looks good too. And it isn't to say that some companies don't care, but a lot of them are definitely not doing so well. Riot and Blizzard Moki Square Enix too. They're sort of messing up lately. But a lot of gaming companies are greedy. And they definitely don't always treat their artists like they should be. You like on Ubisoft because they feature women. I was never a big Ubisoft gamer, to be honest, so I don't know that. I've never played Assassin's Creed. I don't really think I played many of their titles. What are their titles? But my friend Baha has been getting me into independent games, so that's mainly what I do. Or I play old JRPGs. Oh, I did play Prince of Persia. That's probably one of their only games that I ever actually played. I do remember it being good. According to Google, it's saying that the highest grossing game is not GTA, it's actually Minecraft, but I don't know if that's true or if that's old information. But I was looking at different gaming studios because I was thinking about that. It's saying Minecraft over GTA, which I'm actually a bit surprised about. You play RPGs? With your character from other games, games, the new space game, the ball-headed girl. I was interested in that game, only because everyone was hating on it. You play RPGs, so FF6 and Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I like JRPGs. I've played FF10. I'm playing Okami now. I want to play Chrono Trigger. I never played it. But I'm mainly a Final Fantasy Persona fan. But I'm down to try Chrono Trigger and GTA 5 is the highest grossing title of all time, promotes Market Watch. It's also the best-selling console and PC game of all time. Minecraft is not. I guess it really does depend, but like you said, I'm not saying that GTA is a bad game. And I definitely do want to play it at some point, surely. If I ever have enough time to actually play a game like that. Because I played GTA 4. And I have Red Dead Redemption, which I still haven't played. And GTA 5, which I still haven't played. But I've been more drawn to, like I said, and this is a personal preference, to being drawn more towards independent games. Because I have found myself enjoying them a lot more than a lot of AAA games, but that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but that's just how I am thinking. I would like to see that the game industry be less predatory, but yeah. I could say the same thing for a lot of different media. We were just talking about Korra, and I think a lot of the executive decisions for that series are what led to it not being as successful as it should have been. And that's why I'm wondering if that will happen to GTA 6, because, like, people have so many expectations for the game, and if it doesn't live up to that, then I think a lot of people are going to feel disappointed. But that remains to be seen because it's not out. You like Japanese-themed indie games. You do not play games like Subnautica. I played a lot of indie games, actually. RDR2 is probably the best story game of all time. I'm playing indie games that are not Japanese games. I've played, like, Casual Crashers. I've played Hollow Knight. And Nine Souls, although that's not Japanese. I played plenty of independent games. And no, I don't just play JRPGs, there just happen to be some of my favorite. As I was hearing about Korra when it came out, I most ignored it. But then when I decided to watch it years later, I realized, wow, it's really good, personally. I'm not gonna say that Korra didn't have flaws, because obviously it did. I used to play like a ton of like Lethal Company and stuff too. So it's not just AAA titles that I play. One of my friends got me into what was the game called? It was like Stardew Valley. I remember we were all in a server and we played it once. It wasn't Stardew Valley, but there was another game. That was like it. But people were too hard on Korra, I think. But again, I will say that the media also happens to sensationalize certain things, which I definitely don't disagree with. I'm not too big into JRPGs. I got Balatro lately, not too long ago, so I kind of want to play that. I don't know if I'll play that on stream or not, or if it's something that you guys would even be interested in. But I heard it was fun and it was on sale, so I ended up getting it. But I think JRPGs definitely had a lot with my art style. So that's part of why I've drifted to them. Yeah, I'm gonna be real, I couldn't get into Drift. Nothing wrong with the game itself, but it's not for me. And also, I don't really like feeling dizzy. My point exactly. Any games are diverse. My friend plays like a lot of platformers. He got, I've played many. I have many more trophies than anyone I know on PlayStation. Mod does a lot of, trophies. He does a lot of completionist stuff. I was never much of a completionist in games, other than games that I really like FF10. But honestly, he got me into independent games, and he's always giving suggestions. So all I'm saying is just because a game makes more money doesn't necessarily mean that it's a better game. Because like there's games like Balatro, the guy made it himself, and he won a bunch of awards for it. And it was literally just one person, and he made like all the graphics and stuff. I played FF10 years ago. I've played FF10 like 3 or 4 times. Actually, more like 4 or 5 times. But yeah. The only reason that I really stopped playing games was because I didn't have a computer to play them on. But apart from that, I was mainly a console person. So I am getting caught up on more recent titles. Although I still go back and play older games. I also had a brief Terraria phase like forever ago. It's like Minecraft, you play it for like a few weeks and then you quit again. They're a great AAA Zelda game. Really, every Zelda game has been good. I haven't been able to play them because I don't have my Wii or my DS anymore. I heard Breath of the Wild's great, but people weren't much too happy with Tears of the Kingdom. Although I do want to play both games eventually. If we could please get another remaster for Twilight Princess, that would be great. Cause like I think that's my favorite Zelda game. I'm crazy, but I think the 2D Final Fantasies were better than the 3D ones. FF10 was great though. I played 9, I played 10, I played 7, and I played 13 and 12. And I started FF14, but then I quit. Tears of the Kingdom is highly rated with good reviews. I just want another remaster of Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not sorry, not Tears of the Kingdom, Twilight Princess. I like Wind Waker as well. I miss my Wii. What else did I play? I played Skyward Sword, but I don't remember much from it. But I remember Twilight Princess because it was another game that I played like once a year. Because we didn't have that many games. So I remember playing it quite a lot. FF9 looks so good, but it feels so slow. I have 9. I will say it is kind of slow. Especially when you're on like timed levels or maps or whatever. And then you have to go through the whole screen before you can even start the match. Another game that I did like was Xenoblade Chronicles. I do think I like the first one more though. I only played Xenoblade Chronicles in the Xenoblade Chronicles X. Because we were one of the only people that had a Wii U. And of course, I'm saying that as a joke. But since the Switch 2 is probably going to get Xenoblade Chronicles X and all the Xenoblade games for that matter, I might be joining the console gang once again. Because I do want to play the Xenoblade games again. Elden Ring. I'm not that big into Souls games. But I would try Elden Ring. It's definitely a game that I've heard nothing but good things about. Although I do remember it being funny because people were complaining about the DLC being too hard. But that's kind of the point of playing a game like that. DLC was good. I whipped the DLC. I do want to play Wukong. I think that could be fun, but then again, I heard some weird things about the developers, so I'm a little skeptical about that. I really do want to play the new Monster Hunter. I'm almost half tempted to get it to see if it'll even run on my PC. Because, like, seeing everybody play Monster Hunter is, like, sick. Final DLC boss took, like, 50 tries. It's already getting kind of late. Maybe 100 he was already F. I had to change my whole build to Beano. Apparently then, Night Rain, the multiplayer version's coming out soonish. Or is it already out? I don't even remember when it was supposed to come out. Not interested in Night Rain, don't like online games too much. I'm gonna be real, I don't always play games to sweat. But, like, it can be fun to watch. Played Helldivers 2, that was fun for a week. Yeah, I didn't really get the appeal to Helldivers all that much, but I'm not also big into shooters. Although that's not necessarily true, I do like, I've played some. Like, I'm not the best at it, but, like, I like platformers and stuff like that. Me and my teapot, we were talking about Sonic games, and that it was hard to find a certain PC part that didn't crash your computer. Not two Tomb Raider's games were good. Sorry, just checking something real quick. Another game that's fun too is Core Keeper. I remember we were all on the server trying to figure out how to play the game. I heard that there was a big update, so maybe I might try Core Keeper again. I think it could be a fun stream game. It's like Minecraft, sort of. But it's pretty fun. Sanic mentioned that's one way to get Teapot to show up. That Twitch Plays Core Keeper stream was crazy. I was right during that. I definitely remember that. And I remember someone kept trying to open the map. And Baja was molding over it. Gila trying with the map. And Baja was crashing out. Corp Keeper's fun, but I think they did have a big update, so I might check it out again at some point. I don't understand playing games sober. I don't drink or smoke, and I never will, so. Poor Bambi had to put up with all of us. How many chairs does it take to, move across the map? I want to do more stuff like that, but, community's still kind of small. Well, that was a fun stream. I do still remember it. Surprised we beat that one boss. I'm pretty sure Bambi did most of the carrying for us. Because, like, if it were up to us, we would almost certainly die. And that wasn't even a hard boss. I think that was just a normal one. You're the only ones who hit the bus. She stayed back. But wasn't she, like, giving us heals so we didn't die? And, yeah, we had to make sure that, you can open the map. How would you even go about doing a Twitch Plays thing? I'm guessing I don't even remember how she even made this server. If my community didn't die, I'd consider bringing back the Twitch Plays things, but we wouldn't have enough people. Yeah, we wouldn't have enough people over here to do something like that. If you ever wanted to play like a co-op game or something, you just let me know. I'm not sure what we could play, but I think it'd be fun if we played It Takes Two. That's also a game that I wanted to play, but obviously I didn't have anyone else to play it with. Just gotta use the right program and do a bunch of keybinds. It's complicated to do, but not that hard. That Sonic Racing game does seem fun. I can't wait to play that out because I do miss playing games with other people sometimes. The only other time that I was really doing that was with Marvel Rivals. Some kind of collab would be good. Cross-world streams are gonna go so hard. Look, I'm sure you remember when a certain streamer did, like, Mario Kart streams with e-girls. I guess that means that I'm the e-girl this time. I hope we can fill our own lobbies, but I don't know. How even big are lobbies? Guess if it's like you, me, Gabe, and I'm guessing Claw as well. Like, are they gonna be as big as, like, Mario Kart? I never thought of it like that, but okay. Yeah, I've been looking for good multiplayer games to play. Like, Marvel Rivals was, like, fun for, like, a week or two, but then I got bored because, like, people were being sweats even in, like, non-ranked games, and that made me not want to play. I remember someone getting mad in my team because I was using Storm. It's not even a competitive match, so I don't know what I do. It's crashing out. But I don't have patience to play competitive games like that anymore. Sonic 06 Projects is now, I think, the literally best Sonic game ever. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, but I did get another Sonic game. But I'll definitely play the racing game because it does look fun. And since I can't play Mario Kart right now... Man, I wonder if I should try to just save up for a Switch. At first, I wasn't the biggest fan of getting a Switch because, like, I don't agree with what Nintendo's doing. And I think Nintendo's definitely one of those gaming companies that's playing too hard with nostalgia. And they're not innovating as well as they probably could be. As well as we know that they are capable of doing. But, like, for certain games, it does seem fun. Just a thought anyways. And it doesn't make sense to get a normal Switch because the Switch 2 is coming out, so I guess I just need to be a bit more patient. But it's been forever since I've had a console. The last console I had was my DS, which I lost. I don't even know how I lost it, but, yeah. If I still had it, I definitely probably would still be playing with it. I don't remember what happened to our Wii. I think it just stopped working one day. You know, I think you're onto something. No one seems to criticize Sonic racing games much, more than Sonic being in the car. I mean, I guess if he's like super fast, then what would be the point of him driving? Because he could obviously run faster than a car can drive. Pretty much all of them can. So they can compete fairly. It's for the sport. But like, even so, being in a car might be like being a turtle, because like it's still much slower than he can even actually go. But at least Sonic's not a sore loser. I think boards are more Sonic's thing. Oh man, I would like another skate game, because I also remember playing Skate 3 back in the day. Like, I'm not the biggest into sports games, but skating games were fun. I remember being obsessed with Skate 3 because I would go over to my uncle's and he would have it and I would play it. So that was probably the only good EA game other than like The Sims. But if they make another skate game, it's probably going to be plagued with like transactions. Which is sad. I also played plenty of racing games too. Obviously, I haven't played the new Mario Kart, so I'm excited for. I'm surprised how excited I am for Cross Worlds, but it looks so good. Yeah, I'm not even a big Sonic fan. Not as much as like Teapot or Claw or Gabe are, but like Cross Worlds does look fun. And like multiplayer games have felt pretty dead for a while. So it's been nice to have something to play with other people without having to be like Overwatch or like League or something stupid like that. You know, it's as big as a Sonic fan as Claw. You might have a point there. I mean, I know of Sonic. I've played some games, but like, I don't know of the lore. That's for sure. Oh, I did also see the Sonic movie, which was actually pretty good, all things considered. It's definitely going to be better than whatever slop that Minecraft movie is supposed to be. I don't know why they chose to do that. Instead, just give the game more updates so that players don't feel bored of it. As all we know, Sonic was never good. Yeah, I don't know what that's a reference to. I'm sure if there's like a crash course, I'm sure Claw could answer any questions that I had about the series. I know that there's a manga, but like, I know there's so many different things they throw at you at once, so I don't even know if that's the best place to start to understand the world a bit more. Stupid YouTube and IGN reviewers have this weird fixation on hating a video game series they don't even care about. People were mad about the IGN review for Monster Hunter Wilds for that reason. I guess it's just obvious that the reviewer never heard of or even played a Monster Hunter game. Which I get it, you don't want someone to be biased. I think it's important to understand that there's flaws in things that you like. No one's saying that, but like, it's almost like saying Pokemon and then the person saying Pokemon or something like that. But I feel like no one really takes IGN's opinions seriously for games anymore. I think more or less, you're probably gonna know what you like to play and what you don't like to play. And if it's a fandom that you're really into, you're gonna try it anyways. Like, I wasn't even a big Pokemon fan, but like the latest Pokemon games are just yikes. What are y'all doing? I think that's another example of a franchise that started off good and did make games from scratch, but then fell off tremendously. So many Sonic games that don't come up to the expectations, but people are being so emotive about it. Sonic rides on nostalgia. And I think that's a problem with a lot of Nintendo games. Some franchises do it a little bit better, but others, cough Pokemon is definitely one that's suffering because of it. And then when fans come up with something that makes the series better, then they get sued for it. Cough Power World, cough. Can't wait for the next Green Hill Zone reference. It's a double-edged sword. Because even franchises that we used to think that were so beloved can and do fall from grace. I feel like Xbox also pretty much fell off. If it weren't for them having Minecraft, I wouldn't be paying for my Xbox Plus subscription because it has Minecraft. How many franchises underdeliver that often? Sonic, Pokemon, Star Wars. I would also say Kingdom Hearts. And for a lot of the same reasons of Star Wars. Kingdom Hearts had a good premise, but the story's too convoluted, so people aren't going to want to get into it. Unless they weren't already fans of Final Fantasy and Disney-related movies and shows. I'm just worried that Korra might get into, well, not Korra, but Avatar will get into that category at some point. I don't think Korra under-delivered. I just think it had an unfortunate runtime. Like, I think if it had more time to breathe and grow and be its own thing, I think it would have did fine. It wouldn't have been as popular as the original series, but I think it just needed more time to cook. They were under impossible deadlines, and then the airtime for the show changed a billion times. Bar's higher for a lot of those games. Sonic is such a meme. We're trying to save him from the meme trenches. A game being a meme or something being a meme doesn't necessarily mean it has to be bad, but like, there's a point where you're leaning on it a little too much, and then it's like, oh, what's the point? Why should I take this seriously? I wasn't a fan of Frontiers, but it felt like an overcorrection, but at least they're trying something new. I think that's been my biggest worry about the new Avatar series, that it's an overcorrection from Korra. Because, like, if they go to Kitty, and I guess it is trying to appeal to younger fans, because, their parents who grew up watching Avatar may have their own family now. But, that could be a problem. Sonic fans are not okay coming from a Sonic fan. Honestly, some Sonic fans get me done quite as much. People still love it, and the movie is great. It's such an abusive relationship. And it's not like Sega can't write good stories, because they do for Yakuza and other series. I don't know what they're thinking. I will say that throughout all the Yakuza games, and I still haven't played like the last couple, and I really want to, but I've played the older Yakuza games. They still feel like themselves. Like they're able to take themselves goofy, and obviously it's about a bunch of Japanese gangsters, but like, I think the story is pretty solid. And like, it isn't afraid to try different things, but still remain true to itself. Which is what a lot of series and games have been lacking. Sometimes throwing money at a problem will not make it better. It just takes thinking about it from a different perspective. But that's just my opinion on the matter. Doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. There's a lot of games that don't know, or I'm sorry, a lot of developers that don't know what they're doing. And then there are people who do. It's like having someone who has never seen Avatar direct the series for Avatar and expecting it to turn out good. It's probably not gonna work very well. I know your mom could turn around. Yeah, my cam is like messed up. Let me fix that. But I'm also not sitting up L posture. But I've been enjoying just talking. I was thinking of like doing like a challenge with my top 10 anime and stuff. I think that could also be like fun. I could make that into a video, maybe. But my problem is that I haven't watched as many anime as I've read a bunch of manga. Maybe I'll do like another tier list or something. Um, how many people are here? I think I should probably get out of here because I'm starting to lose my voice and I don't want that to happen. Because I do want to stream tomorrow and do some voice recording for my video. And maybe tomorrow we'll do a traditional art stream. I'll set up my webcam and see if that works. If not, we'll probably play more Okami. Guess I do want to play more games on stream. At least be somewhat more consistent with that. But I think this is probably a good place to call it a night. I'm also pretty tired, so I'm gonna do as much as art as I would have liked, but I had a lot of fun, and I had fun talking. But I should be back tomorrow around the same time. And I'll do some more stuff then. I don't think I'm gonna raid anybody because it's already kind of late. But, I should be back tomorrow, and I'll see y'all then. Peace. Bye-bye. Later. Thank you. And I'll see y'all